Hey students, good morning to everyone and welcome to the classroom of pharmaceutical chemistry 2. So we are studying about the unit number 1 where we have completed the nomenclature of IUPAC compounds and sulfonamide drugs along with the anti-leprotic drugs where we have seen the introduction about the disease leprosy as well as their treatment options. So today we are going to start a new chapter, a new topic, a new disease, and we are going to learn about the disease along with their management condition or treatment options. So let's start today's class. So today we are going to start a very common topic or very common disease of today's time, that is tuberculosis. Okay. So you have heard about the tuberculosis as it is short form termed as TB, and very common respiratory tract syndrome that is also a bacterial infection. So likewise, the leprosy, tuberculosis is also done by a bacteria that is of Mycobacterium classes, and you know that the Mycobacterium are the classes of Bacillus. That means they are rod-shaped bacteria. So they generally infect the lungs as well as the other organs. So let's see what it says. That the picture depicts all about the disease, that it is a droplet infection. Droplet infection means it can spread throughout the bacterial droplets that may be available in your atmosphere around you, and it can be infected you or it can be infected from others through the coughing or sneezing. That from this cough or sneeze, the bacteria may expel out and may infect other people or you if you are close vicinity to the bacterium. So as the image depicts, the infected area or organs are mainly lungs, that infects the lungs, and it is a respiratory tract syndrome or a respiratory tract infection where the bacillus are seen here as a clustered form in a, they are generally rod-shaped bacteria. So in this picture they are also more clear that there has been seen as a the broad spectrum of bacteria where there is bacillus or rod-shaped form. They infected in the lungs area, and in lungs area they are generally affect our respiratory tract and respiratory uh, outcomes. So in introduction, this is a bacterial infection disease caused by Mycobacterium tuberculosis. The positive organism of leprosy was Mycobacterium leprae, and for positive organism of TB, it's Mycobacterium tuberculosis. So in next point, mainly affect the lungs through droplet infection. As I have said, that it is the most prevalent towards the lungs, and the disease caused in the lungs. So in the form of coughing, they generally expel out some blood also, that is the blood comes from lungs or the mucous membrane. The other part of body affected during the TB disease is kidney, meninges, bones, and lymph nodes. So lymph nodes is also a organ that from there it can be diagnosed also, that where the infectious or the infectious bacteria is present in lymph nodes or not. Along with the lungs and lymph nodes, it can affect the kidney, meninges, and the bone areas also. If we're talking about signs and symptoms for active TB patient, we're generally found that they are coughing. The coughing is the main symptom of TB that lasts more than 3 or 4 weeks. Okay. The normal cold and flu generally comes with the cough, sneezing, and there are many other coughing also, like, but the tuberculosis coughing or coughing syndrome related to the tuberculosis is very typical. That is, it is a long lasting process of 3 or more than 3 weeks. Sometimes it is prevalent, and for severe TB, or for that is not in the starting phase of TB, that generally comes with the blood. So sometimes they are just spit out the blood with the cough. So that is very essential and that is very infectious, because from this blood also that it can be more infectious, or it can affect more people around you or around the TB patient if you are having that. So along with that coughing, it having the fever or night sweats or night chills, along with as it is affecting the respiratory tract or the lung system. So occasionally it has been seen that there has been chest pain or very difficulty in breathing or coughing. Along with that, the situation brings the loss in appetite. Along with the fevers, that must come the chills, and for this reason, the nutritious value of your body generally affected. So unintentional weight loss had been seen in the TB patient. So main sign and symptoms of TB are generally coughing and sometimes blood with the coughing, and for during the coughing or blood, that is the difficulty in breathing, as well as pain in the chest area, along with the fever and chills at the night, loss of appetite as a resultant, fatigue and unintentional weight loss may be seen. And let's point out the facts and figures. And this has been taken to the website from the website of WHO, that is World Health Organization, and the database is of 2018, that says that a total count of 10 million people infected and 1.5 million people died from TB. And the 10 million people, it includes the 1.1 million of children. So it is infected to children also. It is not that it only can only infected to the adults. It can be infect or it can be infected in children also. A total 10 million count, that is not less, not less. It's a very prominent amount. And the, if you see in the death rate, that is 10 million, and among them the 1.5 million died from TB. That has been the death rate more than corona. The world pandemic is going on, and the disease is among the top 10 leading cause of death in the world. So if we counted the top 10 leading cause of death disease, TB is among them, and it is very deadly combination with the HIV. So, generally HIV patients are more prone to infected in tubercular infection, and it is more than 19 times than the normal individual which are not in the HIV condition. So HIV patients are very prone to infected using tuberculosis. Okay, but the good news is a 2% reduction per year in global scenario. That means the infections is decreasing day by day, and it is 2% for the global scenario. And the healthcare budget or healthcare scenario is that they are determined to diminish it or the finish the pandemic by 2030, and it is among the health target of the sustainable development goals. So these are the fact about tuberculosis. If we talk about the diagnosis, the main diagnosis is the physical examination of the patient, where the patient can be having a medical history of this status, and the around in family condition there are TB. So generally doctors use their stethoscope to see the lungs condition, or to observe the breathing situation in this patient, and to observe the severity of this TB. There are generally other tests like chest X-ray, or sometimes the blood test for the infection or the bacteria. And the prime test of this TB is TB skin test, also known as Mantoux tuberculin skin test. That is Mantoux tuberculin skin test. It is comes in the uh, competitive exam also. That what is the common name of the TB skin test? There will be option like SIG test, okay, Mantoux test, and along with other like other naming of test, but the common name of TB skin test is Mantoux test. Okay, so you need to remember that for the upcoming any kind of competitive exam. So thank you students for today's lecture, and today we have discussed about the introduction of TB. In next class we will observe, or we will see the various aspect of a drug combination or the multi-drug resistant that may develop in TB, or the other treatment option in first line drug or second line drugs or last line drug, the common antibiotic that may be useful in TB. So thank you friends. Thank you for today's your time.